you are. So no lose sight of where you are. Now you are meant to soar. Meant to soar. Meant to soar. Today the choice is yours. So let go and let God lead you. Hear me now. Along the party pay for you. Your own ways and thoughts don't cling to. Stop breathe where you are walk away from. And focus on the goal and task at hand. Your past can never be greater than your present nor your future. Tomorrow will only be better if today you choose to soar. If you choose to soar. Your past is not who you are. So no lose sight of where you are. Now you are meant to soar. Meant to soar. Today the choice is yours. So let go and let God lead you. Sing it now. Na 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 na. You are meant to soar. Yeah, yeah. You are meant to soar. Sing again. Na 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 na. You are meant to soar. Yeah. You are meant to soar. Yeah. So stop free where you are walk away from. And focus on the goal and task at hand. Your past can never be greater than the present nor your future. Tomorrow will only be better if today you choose to soar. If you choose to soar. Your past is not who you are. So no lose sight of where you are now. You are meant to soar. You are meant to soar. Today the choice is yours. It is yours. It is yours. So sing it now. Sing it now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You are meant to soar. You are meant to soar. Sing it now. Yeah, yeah. You are meant to soar. You are meant to. You are meant to. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You are meant to. Yeah, yeah,
this the life you've planned for me? Is this the way you want me to be? Baba, you have shown me who I will be. But is this the path? Is this the path? Oh, you've shown your love when you died for me. You've given your life so I could be free. Oh, Imela Abba Jesus, Lord, I don't deserve you. Yes, Jesus, bow before your throne. Oh Lord, yes, Jesus, help me not to stray. Yes, Jesus, yes, Jesus, I belong to you. What would I do without you? Where would I be without you? Yes, Jesus, I give you all my praise. Yes, Jesus, Baba, I bow before you, Lord. Yes,
Ready? People get ready. Are you ready? Watch this. Jesus say come, come now. What you waiting for? Jesus say come, come now. Who you waiting for? Jesus say come, come now. He's coming back. Jesus say come, come now. He will have your back. Now is the season. This is the time. Don't have a reason. Make up your mind. The calling of God. Please do not ignore. Come take up his hands. Look after your soul. I tell you once, I gotta tell you again. I'm not giving up, cause I love you, my friend. Forward ever, backward never. No destruction, more motivation, cause we are going higher. Just to see the face of my Father. Jesus say come, come now. What you waiting for? Jesus say come, come now. Who you waiting for? Jesus say come, come now. He will have your back. Jesus say come, come now. He is coming back. Now is the season. This is the time. Don't have a reason. Make up your mind. The calling of God. Please do not ignore. Come take up his hands. Look after your soul. I tell you motivation, cause we are going higher, just to see the face of my Father. Hey! Upward, onward, moving forward. Upward, onward, moving forward. And we are going higher, just to see the face of my Father. Hey! Upward, onward, moving forward. Yes. Jesus say come now. Who you waiting for? Jesus say come. What you waiting for? Come now. He's coming back. Come. He will have your back.
It's that time again when you're planning your birthday parties, your funeral, your wedding, your anniversary, your family gathering, family reunion, and looking for equipment to rent or even to buy. Look no further than Rick Sales and Rental. Rick specializes in bouncebout, merry-go-round, trampoline, trackless train, snow cone machine, popcorn machine, hot dog machine, tables, chair, tent, pots, pans, knife, fork, and spoon, and many more. Contact Rick today at 631-829-7443 for your discount. Tell him that you were sent there by Chat with the Jacksons. Rick will also encourage you to continue to practice social distancing when you find the best. Why continue to look? Rick is waiting for your call. Call now.
Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us this day we bread, forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not to temptation, deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
Send a shout out to the Jacksons family. And I'm telling you, better days coming. So just hold on. Yeah, man. Better days coming, no need to worry. Life too short, you need to glory. Jesus Christ, me give the glory for my testimony. Better days coming, no need to worry. Life too short, you need to glory. Jesus Christ, me give the glory. I'm a testimony. Tune in to the Jackson every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. US time.
A pleasant good evening to each and everyone. Thank you for joining another episode of Chat with the Jacksons. I hope everyone had a wonderful day, productive day. And as we are on tonight, we come to you again with another topic that we hope you will be interactive with us. And our topic for tonight is, what are some reasons why a person may want to leave his or her spouse, and what can be done to avoid such situations? Again, what are some reasons why a person may want to leave their spouse, and what are some of what can be done to avoid this situation or such situations? So sit back and chat with the Jacksons.
Pleasant good night to God's beautiful children. It's another Tuesday, and on Tuesday we come together from 8 to 9 or to 9:30. Depends on where you are. If it's in Jamaica, it's from 7 to 8:30 or to 8 to have a chat with the Jacksons. We are happy that you decide to join us tonight, and we trust that you might be a part of our discussion for tonight. We just want to welcome a few people that we see on, and we encourage you to share the program and invite someone, let someone know that we are on. We want to welcome Sister Dolores Ennis McCoy. We want to welcome Sister Donna Brown. We want to welcome Sister Diane Williams, Sister Corinne McLeish. Good to have you with us tonight. Sister Merlin Cross, good that you could spend some time with us. Sister Cynthia Wildman, good to have you. And Sister Cheryl Brown, good to have you with us tonight. And as my wife says before, who is looking so nice as usual in her pink and I want to say white or cream or whatever you put together, always look good on you. And
Thank you.
as we about to, what are some of the reasons why a person may want to leave their spouse, and what can we do to avoid such situation? So sit back, relax, and well, actually, don't relax. Sit back and be a part of us. Let's get to work.
Floor is yours.
Okay, so the question here is why? What are some of the things? Because there are some things that we take for granted. There are some things that we might look over. There are some things that we might not have a problem with, but somebody else might have a problem with it. I might not leave my spouse for a particular reason, but my friend might. My friend might not leave his or her spouse for a particular reason, but I might. So we just want to come together to share some of the reasons, and we want to hear from you also. What are some of the reasons? But before I even get into reasons why I should leave my spouse, I think there are a few things that we need to consider even before we think of leaving. There are a lot of us who would quick to leave, maybe even just for a misunderstanding. I might say something and you didn't understand what I say, and the next thing that you're doing is packing your bag just because you misunderstand something that I say. It could be that something that you didn't even hear what I say, but you assume that that's what I say, and then your bags are packed. And there's a favorite song say, "All my bags are packed and ready to go," and you standing there outside the door because we are just waiting for some reasons to pack our bags. But before we even get into why would you pack your bag and leave, there are some things that we have to think about even before. Well, we can always pack our bag, but before we leave, we'd have to consider what will happen to the kids. If we do have kids, you pack your bag and you're gone, leave the house. You're the one who get the kids ready for school in the morning. You're the one who help them with their homework because maybe the husband is not inclined in that area to do so, and you're the one who nurtures these kids. But because of some reason, and because maybe of our selfishness, we're gonna say, you know what, I'm out of here because of these reasons. So before we packed our bags, we have to take the kids in consideration. Not just the kids. We have to maybe count to 10. Maybe we have to count to 10 or even 20.
Okay, continue.
We might even to count to 10 or even 20 before we leave. Because, and you can jump in at any time.
No,
That's it.
continue. I'm gonna jump in.
Okay. Because there are times that we pack our bag and leave, and then we might say that, you know what? I'm going to take a break from this relationship. But let me bring you in here now with a question. Do you think that, Sister Marlene Lawrence, good to have you with us tonight. Do you think that it's a wise idea at any time for a couple to say, you know what, I think we need a break?
Before I answer that, let me go back to, you said a number of things, and I just want to touch on some of the things that you mentioned. You said that sometimes the spouse may want to leave for misunderstanding, or but if there is a pattern of things that make you question your partner's motive, that now makes you want to pack your bags, then that's something to think about. I don't think a person is just gonna pack their bags just for a misunderstanding. It has to be a pattern of issues that is quite noticeable, that would make one wants to make that spouse would want to even consider. If you have had conversations with your spouse pertaining to issues that irritates you or is upsetting or makes you question your partner's motives, then I would, and you don't get an answer that I would say forthcoming, or an answer that's satisfactory, then maybe sometimes you'd want to pack your bags, right? You mentioned also about selfishness. I don't think, again, that a spouse, he or she, would leave out of selfishness. It has to be, and
No,
let's take into consideration that
I did not say you're gonna leave for selfishness.
you're
But
leaving
you
because of
leaving,
selfish. Me leaving would be selfish.
yes, because maybe you're not thinking about the kids, and you're not thinking about um could we just sit and talk this over?
But
There are
what
so many
if
things that we have to take in consideration. So I just think that for a person just to get up, and then that was my point, and I noticed you're piggybacking from my point. But
no,
I said,
I'm responding to your point, but I'm
right.
gonna get
But
into.
I'm saying that maybe you don't watch divorce court as much as me, because I see a lot of people end up in divorce court, and when the judge finally go through it, this is just a misunderstanding.
Yeah, but
You know how
everybody's
many
situation
times?
is different.
Well,
You
that's what I'm
cannot
saying.
say, okay,
But
because you watch a lot of episodes of divorce court, meaning that, um, or scenario, I'm just using or, not saying that, it's a situation, but I just use or as an example, would be, would fall into that same category.
but
Now, going back to the selfishness, me leaving, you would consider it being selfish. However, you would not consider your actions over a
no,
period of time being selfish. Therefore, it brings me to a point where I say to myself, enough is enough. And I have to now think about me. Let me be selfish in my well being and vacate the premises.
Well, I think that no, you're going off at a tangent with two different things.
I don't think so.
Okay, well let me tell you why I think so. I'm saying that, and this is just one of the reasons why I'm saying that before you leave, a few things you have to consider, and this is just one of what I say. One of the things that I say, I don't know what you would consider before you leave, but this is just one of the things that I say that you should consider before you leave. Because not that you're leaving for selfish reason, but you're leaving could cause selfishness. You're gonna put a lot of pressure now back. Cause you leave, and we have two kids. You didn't take one. You just pack your little Dulcimina and you're gone by yourself.
Yeah,
No,
maybe I need that time for me. Maybe it's time for you to pick up now and take care of the kids because I've been doing it morning, noon, and night. Maybe it's your time now to see how it really feels to take care of a home, and children.
well, maybe that's why we're gonna look at the selfishness now.
No,
Because
no, because when I'm doing it, right, if you have a spouse that's not helpful, you're doing everything, you're taking care of the home, the kids, you work outside of the home, and everything else. And that spouse is just basically sitting back enjoying all the amenities, right? After a
well,
while, the pressure of it is going to become unbearable. And then resentment is going to creep in, right? So, therefore, at some point, as the saying go, pressure burst pipe, that's where my pipe going to be burst.
for me, if my pipe bursts, I would still think about whether or not my spouse take care of the kids and all those things. I would still, but even though my pipe bursts, I would still think about my kids. I'm not just gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna pack my bag and I'm gonna leave them on him, and him have to fend for himself with those kids. No, while you burst the pipe, you have to also try to maintain a relationship. Say the relationship between you and your spouse gone down the drain. You have to try and maintain a relationship between you and the kids.
Well, first of all, if just putting a scenario out there, if I'm in a relationship and it's not going, there's conflict, there's all kinds of issues, and you have tried to communicate with your spouse, and it's not being reciprocated, and I have kids. If I'm leaving, my kids are coming with me. That's a given. So yeah, my kids will be coming with me.
Okay, so you change it now, and
No,
I agree.
I am saying that if I was in that situation where there are problems in the relationship and you tried a million times speaking with your spouse about it and they dismiss you, and you have reached your breaking point, right? And I decide to leave, I am taking my children with me.
Well, I wouldn't go out on a limb until I'm taking my kids. I think we should have a discussion and see, you know, we.
What if I've tried discussing
No, I'm
with you
talking.
a million
I'm
times?
I'm talking that no, that you tried, and you said, you know what, I'm gonna, I'm gonna go. When you try all of that, and then you say you're gonna go, then I'm saying that that's the time now. We'd have to have a discussion. Said, okay,
But what is there to
we
discuss?
about the kids and other
Well, I'll
things.
figure that out after I leave, but I'm
No,
leaving.
so yeah, but you could leave, but I don't think that would be wise for you to say, you know what, Sally, Mally, and Pally, pack all your liquor bags, and then when we get to, we don't know where we're going, then we will figure that out. I don't
No,
think
no,
that.
no. I
I don't
wouldn't
think
just
that's.
leave on a whim, right? I am going to have it all figured out before I leave. Mind you, now, depending on the age of the kids, bear in mind that, the kids are seeing what's transpiring in the home each and every day, right? And, that has a negative effect on them. Schoolwork is pretty much going down the tubes. Behavioral situation, they start acting out or whatever. And these are things that are happening based on what they see is going on with the parents,
Right.
right? So, for my sanity and for the sanity of my kids, then I will leave with my kids. Maybe after I leave, then my spouse will come to his senses and say, well, you know what? Let me try to work on my situation, work on my behavior, work on me in order for me to get my family back. But until then, because it's not going to do any good when, okay, I leave with the kids and then you're going to be calling me, telling me, oh, I'm going to do better if you come back or whatever. Then I come back and we're back at square one. Nothing has changed. I have to see changed behavior in order for me to come back.
So you would leave with the intention to come back?
Not necessarily.
Oh, not necessarily.
No, because if I have a spouse that, every time I try to initiate a conversation pertaining to whatever is going on in the home that's affecting the home, right? I'm being dismissed. I have tried everything possible, and that spouse is not trying to meet me halfway. Then at some point, you know, it's like you're talking to, it's going through one ears and coming through another. That spouse has totally tuned you out. So, I've gotten to the point where, okay, the only recourse for me to have some type of sanity and some peace of mind is to leave. Maybe it's temporary, maybe it's permanent. But until that spouse decides to take the initiative to work on the relationship, to better the home, then bye bye.
Okay. I don't agree. I don't agree with what you say because it's. I'm just while you're talking, I'm just thinking that for you, it would be so easy just to walk away
It's not a
and
matter of
say
being
that.
easy. You keep saying that. Nobody, no woman, right, get up one day and say, I'm just leaving for no reason. There has to be a reason, right? I'm not saying all spouses are pig-headed or stubborn or whatever the case is, but you have some spouses that no matter how much you try, no matter what you say, they always throw it back on you, making you seem like you're the bad person, right? When only you're trying to make the relationship work. You're always perceived as insecure, upset, moody, and so on and so forth. When in fact, you are the one that's trying to, rectify everything. But remember, it's two people that are in this relationship. So one person cannot do all the work. The other person has to meet the other one halfway.
I'm glad you say that it's two people in the relationship because then I still wouldn't understand that after you pack your bag, then you're gonna say that all three kids are coming with you, right? And I still think that all right, you decide to go, and maybe your spouse can't stop you because you want to go.
But let me
You
ask you a question, right? If your spouse, if you're the one that's seeing that you as the male, right, in the relationship, of course, obviously, seeing that your spouse is doing so many things that is not beneficial to the relationship. No matter how much you try to talk about it, she dismisses you, and it's just always something negative on her part, right? Don't you think at some point you're going to get frustrated to possibly consider leaving, right?
Well, I just don't look at leaving just like that. I think
I'm not saying just like that. I just gave you a scenario where, it's a constant battle in the home, right? You're not seeing eye to eye. You have spoken about particular situation or situations morning, noon, and night, and there's no change on my part. I'm not even taking the initiative to change. Instead, I am projecting it back on you as you being the one that's at fault, right? Don't you think at some point frustration is going to kick in, and then, you may think about leaving?
I think that's our problem.
I'm not talking about the big picture of it.
I'm not talking
I'm
about
talking about you specifically.
yeah, and I was gonna answer your question,
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
right? And I'm saying that I think the problem with us today is that we wait until, because I'm gonna use your term now, we wait until pressure bursts pipe
You're still
before.
no.
Hold on, I'm answering the question. You wait until pressure bursts pipe before, but if you realize that, okay, your partner is nagging, right? Hear me out. If you realize your partner is nagging and just keep nagging, 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 then there comes a time before the pipe bursts. You have to take an introspect look at yourself and maybe ask yourself, okay, we know there's a problem. Am I the problem? What causing the problem? Why is he or she's always nagging? It's just that he or she's a nagger, or I pressure her to nag. So there are times that we have to catch the bull by the horn early. Look at the problem early before it escalates and burst the pipe. And then the first thing that we're going to run on, even before we try to help the situation, is that, you know what? Me tired of this and me gone. But when we stop and think about it, that's when I go back to say that there are times that we end up in the divorce court and it's just some minor stuff when the judge pull everything apart. You're like, okay, I see that. I think maybe it can work. I think maybe we need to go back and try it.
You're still not answering I get what you're saying, yes, but
Well, I might not.
I made it directly at you where you're the one that's having, the issues with your spouse, right? Your spouse is not trying to meet you halfway whatsoever. You have tried communicating multiple times, but your spouse is not trying to even change the behavior or behaviors, and you have now reached your breaking points. That's what I'm
Right, but
saying.
and that's what I'm asking you. When I get to my breaking point, after we exhaust all possibilities, counseling, pastors,
Well, what if your spouse is not open to counseling? What if you have
why would you?
initiated that and your spouse told you, I wouldn't go to counseling?
Why would a spouse tell you if there's a big major
It doesn't
problem?
have to be a big major problem. If there's a problem that, keep repeating itself and your spouse suggests counseling and you shut that spouse down by saying, I don't think we need counseling.
Because and honestly,
It doesn't have to be a huge situation.
yes, but honestly, most of the time that a spouse will say, okay, we need counseling. But then it should be that could you accompany me to the
No,
counseling?
it's not about accompanying.
Because
It's
sometimes
no. Because by you saying accompanying, meaning that it's just one person in that relationship need counseling.
and at times I know, and I'm saying that counseling, hear me out, counseling is for two parties and whatever. But at times the problem is on one side. No, yeah, most of the time, if you go to the problem is on one side.
Okay,
So
so
there are
okay,
times
so
that
you're saying okay, the problem is on one side, right? So in retrospect, you're just going to be accompanying that person that's causing the problem to the counseling session.
to see if I could help that person, because if the
But you
problem is me, if the problem is on me, I would want my partner also to accompany me. Stay so right there while we Sister Cordell, good to have you with us tonight. My son Dwayne, our son Dwayne Nugent, good to have you with our sister Jennifer Campbell from out of Point Hill, St. Catherine. Good to have you with us tonight, and we are here discussing what are some of the reasons why a person may want to leave their spouse, and question what can be done to avoid such situation, right? And we're here now. Even before we get into it, we are saying that there are some things that we need to consider before we pack our bag. And that's what we are here saying now, that some of the reasons it could just be when we really misunderstanding. It could be you misheard. It could be for selfish reasons. It could just be for any reason that that we just decide. And before we packed our bag, as we said before, we just going over for those who just joined us. Is that there are some things that we have to take in consideration. We have to take in consideration the kids. What's gonna happen with the kids? And I heard you loud and clear now that all kids coming with you,
Of course.
and that's gonna be another problem. Because
Well,
why?
either you,
No,
either,
because
either you get your act together and say and tell yourself that your family is important to you.
yeah, but that has nothing to do with that nothing, because all right, if you say that you're gonna separate for a period of time, right? And
Or maybe permanently.
or maybe permanently. But if you want to separate for a period of time, or even permanently, you still want to maintain a good relationship with your ex. You still want to know that you can pass the ex on the road and say hi, and you
Not
still
all
said you,
times, not all time that's doable.
why?
Right?
Why?
Because you have some spouse that it's impossible, virtually impossible to maintain a relationship based on what you have gone through. Right?
Right.
If it's a situation where okay, a number of things that I mean, the topic is very broad, but number one of the things would be abuse, physical abuse, right? That is one thing that I am not staying in a relationship. I don't care no amount of love this person is showering me with, that I'm gonna stay in an abusive relationship. No. So, and a person that's inflicting the abuse can be very manipulative, right? They know what buttons to push. They know what to say to make you say, well, maybe he loves me. Maybe he's not going to hit me again, right? And the minute you say that, okay, I'm going to stay, right? Then it continues, right? So that is one scenario that I am gone, totally gone.
Okay. before I'm not into, I'm not yet into the reasons, so forth. Let's
Well, I
welcome.
just threw out one
Right.
major reason
Let's
for
welcome
now.
Sister Geraldine Mitchell. Welcome to the platform. Sister Portia Chen. Welcome. And Sister Portia is asking, what is the topic? And the topic for tonight, what are some reasons why a person may want to leave their spouse, and question what can be done to avoid such situation. So, um, so yes, I'm saying that there are some things that go overboard, and it's still up to the couple. It's still up to the one individual or the other, or both here come together. And so
You keep harping on one. It
because
doesn't take one
that's what
person.
I said. It could be both of you, because if the male hit the female and she decide to leave, then it's one party there. Now the male would have to try and convince the female that it won't happen again, and beg her to stay. Or if it's the female hit the male and he decide, you know what, I'm not take no more lick from woman, I'm gone. But let's see what Sister Cordell said. In a situation like that, then talk it over with each other and then come to an agreement. And let me tell you why. And I agree with Sister Cordell, because you're saying that yourself now. Listen, me done.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
And I mean,
I mean,
this,
now look back. So me go take all of my pitney them, and we not come to no agreement.
no,
This
no, no,
gonna
no,
be
no, no, no,
another
no, no.
trouble.
No. This is an ongoing situation. This is not a 1 day situation, 1 week situation, 1 month situation. We have been going through this over and over and over, and nothing has changed. We have exhausted the counseling. We have exhausted family intervention. We have exhausted it all. But that spouse refuses to change their behavior.
So
Why am I going to be sitting in a relationship such as that and subject my children to that as well? I need
it's
some sanity.
yeah, but
I don't need to get high blood pressure and die before my time because of a stubborn spouse that refuses to change his behavior. No.
but I don't think I hear you said you're gonna take your kid. Yes, I could understand you take yourself, but I think when it come on to the kids, um you can just say I'm gonna take my kids.
Well, in that
These kids,
moment, I'm taking my
these
kids. Let the
kids.
court sort it out later on. But I'm not leaving a relationship with my young children with no one. No. Wherever I
When I
go,
said
my children go.
that made no sense. When I said you're gonna leave, you're not leaving your kids and with no one. You're not leaving the kids and with no one. The kids have a father.
Yeah, but if a father that cannot treat their
But it
mother
have nothing
with
to do
any
with the
type,
kids. It have nothing to do with the kids.
it has nothing to do with the kids.
No, some
Really
hold
now.
on. Let me explain to you. Let me explain to you. You
It
have
has
some.
everything to do with the kids because if those kids are seeing that their father is mistreating their mother day in and day out, right? Week after week, month after month, whatever. You think any woman in their right mind is going to leave their kids with that father?
Would you agree with me that you have some men who are lousy husband,
I agree.
but they are the best father? Right? They might be lousy husband, but they are good fathers.
But that doesn't
So-
still
So I don't think that because we have a problem, we're gonna be selfish and drag the kids them through the mud. The kids them go to school next door. But now you're gonna put them on a bicycle and ride them 1 hour
Well,
every
hey,
morning.
yeah, let me figure
Right?
that out.
No, I think the parents should come together and say, all right, if you want to go, who want to go? And he's just saying, if you're gonna go, you must go. But if you're gonna stay, come my way. But if you're gonna go, then you go. But with the kids, them, I think we should come to some understanding, as Sister Cardial said. Let's come to some agreement. And then things will be much better. But when you take my kids and I say, nah, see them.
I never said that.
That's how I'm
I
gonna
never
see
said
them.
that you're not going to see them. I'm saying I'm taking myself out of that situation,
And then I can
by
come visit
taking
you.
myself out of the situation, my kids are coming with me also.
So how I'm gonna see the kids? Can I come visit you?
No, you're not visiting me.
I'm gonna come and visit the kids them in your house.
We're going to go to court and have visitation rights.
Oh, and then you go to court. No judge is gonna say to a good father that you take all 3 kids and they don't
Okay,
have
it
visitation.
depends on the situation. Why you can't say that, because when I present everything before that judge, and bear in mind too, depending on the age of the children,
Yeah.
they can also testify.
Yes. And but then remember I said he's gonna be a good father. So a good father, this kid's gonna say, listen, I don't want most kids will tell you they don't want to get involved.
Oh no
in
no
that.
no 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 no
I'm
no
telling
no
you, if
no
the,
no
if
no
the,
no no
if,
no no
if the
no, no,
father
no.
if the father is a good father,
Listen to me carefully.
if the father is a good father,
Listen
that
to me
kid
carefully.
will tell
You may
the
be
judge,
a good father by providing financially.
I'm
Financially
saying
doesn't mean
over.
that you're a good father.
I'm saying
Right?
overall. I'm saying overall, you're a good father. You're a good provider for your kid. You're just a lousy husband, but you're an excellent father.
But you don't
and
think-
the kid's gonna take that in consideration. And some judge gonna ask the kids, who do you want to stay with? You think they're gonna stay with mommy who don't treat them good, but daddy who always be
But
there because
when
he's a
I
good
when
daddy?
I present my evidence to that judge, trust and believe my kids are going to be with me. But anyway, we don't want to make that the entire topic or the entire focal point tonight.
Right,
I
let's-
mentioned
Before you mention, let's welcome Pastor Jabez. He said blessings my couple. He said thanks for your program and pleasant good night. Love you guys. We love you too, Pastor Jabez. And before you, always informative and interested. Okay, thank you very much, Pastor Jabez. We want to be like you when we grow up. We appreciate that because we know that you're a man of love and whatever you say, it's from your heart. You won't go to court and take away the pit of them. Okay, Sister Jennifer, Sister Jennifer Campbell says, sometimes the situation is so bad that you don't take anything into consideration. Then just pack your bag and go, because who feels it knows it.
yeah, exactly.
And I'm saying that we wait until the pressure bursts pipe, and then we say, "Oh, feels it, knows it."
No.
Maybe-
You
know that
no. There, it leads up to that. Mind you, along the way, you're addressing the issue or issues, but that spouse is not trying to, change his or her behavior. So it leads up to that point where enough is enough.
Right, but before enough is enough, before we said enough is enough, because the question would be, what have you done? Did you seek help for your husband? Sometimes the man just want a little help,
But that's what I've been saying.
Right.
You have sought help, but the husband refuses to even say, okay, let me try to change for the sake of my children. Exclude the wife. Let me try to change for the sake of the children. But it's after you leave now, that's when he wants to change. Oh, if you come back, I'll do this. Oh, if you come back, I'll be a better man, and so on and so forth. No, it's too late then.
And-
I gave you all the chances, right? Day in and day out. And you pretty much dismissed me. You ignored me. You did everything possible not to try to, change your behavior. But the minute that I leave, that's when you now realize that your family is important to you.
No, but what I'm saying, and I think you're getting me, because there are many times men will take their partner for granted.
Oh, I know
Okay,
that.
right. They
I
will
know
take it for
that.
granted. But when the partner leave and he gets a little chance to sit back, and there are times that he said that if you come back, I will change.
And 9 out of 10 times he's not going to change.
And 9 out of 10 times that man will change.
9 out of 10 times he will not change.
9 out of 10 times that man will change. Right? So if we can just look at our relationship and said, listen, and I'm not endorsing this, but you know, one slap and you say, watch ya, gone, me gone, you know. You know to me said, give him a chance and whatever. I'm not endorsing it. Nobody should lift their hand at nobody, right? But I'm saying that in every situation, we have to ask ourselves, what would Christ do? Would Christ just pack him bag?
Christ
so
is not
pack,
gonna. Christ gives you
right?
you
And-
wisdom. Christ gives you the
But if you say that Christ give you wisdom, Christ would tell you.
Christ gives you the knowledge where you can decipher right from wrong. Christ never put you on this earth to be abused mentally, physically, emotionally. No, he gave us all that insight, or maybe insight is not the word, but he gives you that
Okay.
knowledge then to say, well, okay,
To
this
leave?
is not this is not
divorce?
healthy for this is not healthy for me. Why should I be in a relationship day in and day out where I'm miserable? I'm being abused, right? This person claims that he loves me but does the opposite, right? Christ is not gonna let me he would not be pleased with me sitting in something knowing that it's harmful for me and my children.
Okay.
Would you sit in a relationship
Okay.
that's harmful?
I'm saying that's what I said, a one slap. I'm not saying that sit in a relationship that is harmful. But if you're talking about that Christ will give you reason to divorce because of a slap, then Christ will not
You
do that.
mentioned a slap. We're not talking about a slap. We're talking about all the issues pertaining
But Christ, but even
Okay,
but, all right.
okay. Since you mentioned slap, physical abuse. I have a husband that said to me on my wedding day, he's gonna love, honor, cherish me, and all of that good stuff, right? First month into the marriage, he's beating on me, right? Month 2, month 3, so we get to a year, and he's still beating on me, right? Year 2.
Why?
Wait. Year 2, I'm still being beaten on. Then when I come to the realization that, okay, this man doesn't love me. He loves the idea of having me as a wife. But this man is an abuser, right? Do you think I should continue being in that marriage where this husband is beating on me morning, noon, and night, and then have the audacity to turn around and say he loves me?
And you're saying that you would divorce your husband.
I would divorce that man for that reason.
But what I'm saying to you, Christ don't give you a reason.
I will
Hold on.
divorce that man
I
for
hear
that
you.
reason because
I
you're
hear
not
you.
going to beat on me any further
I hear
anymore.
you. I hear you, but you could leave. But then Christ will not give you the right to leave for abuse.
If your spouse was beating on you morning, noon, and night, and then turn around and say, "Oh, honey, I love you," what would you do? Or how would you think of that spouse?
It all depends,
Depends
I
on
know-
what?
Right. Because I know of
No, we're talking about you specifically. You, right in this moment. I'm asking you this directly.
if
you.
my wife beating on me.
Morning, noon, and night. And I turn around
But
and
I would
tell
have
you,
to-
I tell you that I love you, I love you, I love you.
Yeah, but then let's go back.
Don't, don't, no, 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 no,
Let's
no.
go back. Let's
I-
go back. Let's
Go
go
back
back
to
because
what?
no, let's go back to the beginning because if my wife is gonna beat me the first month into the marriage, maybe I didn't do a good job by picking that wife. I don't think that wife would just come up in the first month and just be an abuser. There must be some sign before if that wife wanna beat
No, no,
you.
no,
that-
no. You may not have seen not one sign. That spouse was the picture of perfection, right? Until you get into that marriage, and that's when the abuse starts,
Okay.
right? So, continue.
Right.
Because I want you to answer this.
Because I'm gonna answer it because I'm saying to you that if I marry my wife and the first month as you go home she start to draw a belt and beat me. No, something must be wrong, radically wrong. Because there must be something. I don't care what you say. There must be some signs. So that's why, when we are dating, we have to be careful and stop this up and laughing and get serious and look
Jackson,
deep
there is not.
and take
You
a
don't
deep look.
see everything
And as,
about
soon,
a person when you're dating.
and as soon as you married, you can't see that this person is a beater. You have to see that this person is a beater.
Okay, what I'm saying to you, right? I told you on my end how or what I would do. I'm asking you the same thing. So after the first month, you endured it for the first month, you endured it for the second, you even endured it for 2 years, right? And
And
now
did we go to the pastor? Did we go counseling? Did we do all of that?
we did all of that, but you're still getting licks.
Right. So if you still getting licks from all of that, then I would advise even myself to leave from the relationship maybe for a period of time.
A period of time.
No, for a period of time. But then I'm saying to you that you say that you're going to divorce the person and then you bring Christ into it. And I'm saying you can't bring Christ into it because Christ wouldn't give
So
you...
I'm gonna stay in it until you kill me.
I didn't say stay in it. I said you could leave. I said you could leave.
Well,
but,
I am leaving
but you
with the
cannot-
notion that I am divorcing you.
But you cannot get divorced,
Says who?
says the Bible.
I am divorcing you.
Okay, then you could always do that because you want to do that. Okay, let's see what Sister Cardell said. I don't think it should reach to the courthouse. So that's what I'm saying again, that if you're gonna take up the kids them and go with the kids them and so forth, this is gonna be a courthouse issue. But you could still come back tomorrow or leave the kids them and
No,
tell
I'm
your
not leaving the
husband,
kids.
I'm coming back tomorrow. I will sit and
No, we have exhausted talking. We have done all the talking, right? And nothing has changed. And we're not talking about this happening just for a month. We're talking about an extended period of time where
right.
nothing, absolutely nothing has changed on the husband's part.
And nothing can change on the husband part, but it also depends on the age of the kids. You could not just get up and take the kids them and say, me out of here. No, because even if you go to court...
And who's going to stop me?
No, but listen, because you're going to cause another problem. now.
Well,
You're going to cause another problem.
It's going to cause a problem where actually it's not going to cause a problem. It's going to be a solution because, like I said, I'm not going to subject my children to or continue to subject my children to what has been happening in the home. My children are seeing what their father is inflicting day in and day out. And they're going to think that this is acceptable. You know how many children have grown up seeing their parents abuse, seeing their father abuse their mother or their mother abuse their father and think that it was normal. And then they grow up as adults doing the same thing.
Right.
The
And I
cycle
agree.
continues.
And I agree. And the cycle must not continue with that. I agree. But the cycle should not continue like that. But I'm also saying that Sister Jennifer Campbell said, Be a good father to your children and also to their mom. You have to love the cow and also the calf. But I'm not saying
But
that
there's no love for the
right.
cow.
But what I'm saying, but because what I'm saying, the point I was making earlier is that you have some man, they are very lousy husband. They are lousy husband, and as you said, maybe I just saw them grow up. Them don't know how to love a woman. But when it come on to their
No, I
kids,
think that's a poor
but when it
excuse.
come to their kids, they are excellent fathers.
Yeah, so how come you're such excellent father by loving your kids, but you can't love the mother the way she's supposed to be loved?
Because maybe they were not taught like that.
No, no, no,
They
no,
grow
no.
up in a
I think
house.
that's a poor excuse
They
because in today's day and age, I don't, that's just a poor excuse for a person saying, "Oh, so I wasn't, I grew up in a home where I didn't see love, so therefore now I'm in a marriage, I- you know, I'm incapable of loving my wife." Come on now. So when you were dating her and telling her how much you love her and, oh, when we get married, I'm going to treat you so and so. And then bam, as soon as you get married, it's the opposite. What happened? But yes, going back to the physical abuse, no, 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 no. I
okay.
will not stay in a marriage where I'm being physically abused. Not now, not ever.
Okay, I'll read a part of what Brother Dwayne says. He says, "Why and how do breakup happens? Most of us enter relationship with the hope that we will never have to end them. Marriage, especially, is built on the premise that it will remain until death do us part. Common cause for breakup include personalities differences, lack of time spent together, infidelity, lack of positive interaction between the couples, low sexual satisfaction, and low overall relationship satisfaction. We will get into, I think maybe next week we don't want to go too far. Maybe next week we'll get into the second part of a paragraph, but let's deal with the top part, and which is true. When we get married, we said, listen, this is it. Nobody want to get married and said tomorrow, the relationship is gonna be broken and whatever. We want to say till death do us part. And
And not
I
until the
think,
husband killed me by
and I
abusing
think,
me.
I think we want to throw in the towel. We want to throw in the towel too easy. The husband talk to you, you don't like the tone, and because you don't like the tone, you say, you know what, me and your pitney and me gone.
Come on
We
now.
don't sit down.
Nobody's
Now I'm
gonna
just showing
just
when I'm just
one
saying
scenario just say something like that. If that's the case, then why did you get married? If your spouse is gonna critique something that you did in one instant and then you're gonna say, "Oh, I'm out of here," then you weren't ready for marriage. But if this is a continuous thing that has been going on, right? You talk to your spouse about something, this is something that I don't like. Do you mind consider doing it this way or changing the behavior? But that spouse is telling you, well, this is how I am, take it or leave it, or whatever the case may be. If you don't like it, then so be it, or whatever.
I
Who
don't think
wants to be hearing that day in and day out?
I don't think nobody gonna tell you that, because that's not a relationship. Someone that's gonna come and
Jay,
tell
these are
you,
things that happens in
and
marriages.
somebody that's gonna come and take it or leave it. I don't think somebody's gonna come and tell you take it or leave it. I'm out of here.
Come on, there's so many
That's not
situations where,
that's not a relationship.
okay, well, it happens. It happens.
This is where Sister Jennifer Campbell from Other Point Hill says that Cole never know. I was explaining this to Mr. Anglin this week and he didn't understand what that means. Right? He was just repeating it. He said Cole never know the use of his tail until when fly take it. You understand it?
Of course,
Okay.
right? You don't know
Right.
when you have a good situation, you have a good thing, and then you mistreat it, and then when it's gone, that's when you crying. Oh, I should have, I should have, I should have. I want her back, or I want him back. No, it's too late. You had all the opportunity to treat me like the queen that I am, but no, you decided, okay, I'm gonna treat you any which way. And then when I decide to leave now, then you wanna call me 24/7 and beg and plead. No, you had your choice, your chance rather. But no, you didn't do right by me. So let me go elsewhere where I can be treated like the queen that I am.
Let me tell you something. That's not the way to look at it. The way you're
See,
talking.
a man would say that.
No, because no, honestly, the way you're talking is like you're not ready to get married yet. You can't just say, you know what, let me go. If you want to go, what does the song say? If you want to go, you must go. But if you want to stay,
I
come
am
my
not
way.
talking about
No.
a one-time situation. I'm talking about being in a marriage that you promise to love, honor, and cherish me until death do us part. However, you did not uphold your end of the bargain. You flipped the script and start treating me like trash, right?
Okay, let's skip-
And no woman is going to be in a relationship, sitting in a relationship day in, day out, year after year, be treated. Well, let me correct that. There are some women that do that, but not this woman.
Okay. Let's take a 1 minute break and we will come right back. We want to hear from you. Keep your comment coming. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Is this the life you've planned for me? Is this the way you want me to be? Baba, you have shown me who I will be. But is this the path? Is this the path home? You've shown your love when you died for me. You've given your life
thanks for staying with us. That was Sister Daniel Smith from out of St. Elizabeth, Mandeville, Manchester.
Daniel Smith Tyndale.
Daniel Smith Tyndale. Oh yeah, she's married now, and she married for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, till death did she part.
And she did not marry for nobody
and-
to abuse
and
her.
she not
And
going-
she will not stay in an abusive marriage.
and she's not going nowhere. That's Daniel Smith. That's our first single. We are so proud to be a part of her. We know that she's gonna do well on the international stage. We know that she was the winner for Let the Music Speak, and Sister Novlet Gardner was the runner-up. And Sister Novlet Gardner, we'll be talking to her sometime soon. She will having her EP launch at the end of July. We will hear more about that. We will have her on one Tuesday to talk about it. But back to the matter at hand, we are discussing what are some of the reasons why a person may want to leave their spouse. And the question, what can be done to avoid such situation? We go back to Sister. Okay, we did read Sister Jennifer Campbell, and welcome Mr. Tava Jonah McKinnon, and that's Oral McKinnon. That's our engineer from out of Linstead, Jamaica. I thought he was gonna leave me on my own tonight, but I see he's hanging in the wings. Now, Portia Chin say she will wait until her husband fall asleep, then may beat him back. I know she's not serious. I know she's just
Why you think
joking.
she's not serious?
Because no man are gonna sleep. Man sleep with one eye open. Man are gonna sleep with one eye open. So you tell me something. You think a man? Hold on. You think a man gonna hit a woman, and then that man see the woman get up and even to go to the bathroom, and he's not on his guard?
Well, like she said, he's gonna get it when he's sleeping.
But he's not
So
gonna
he's
sleep.
not on his guard then.
He's not
So-
gonna sleep.
Oh, okay. So he's gonna be wide awake all night long for the entire week, month, whatever.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, he's not gonna sleep. He's
So,
not. Sister Caroline, Sister Caroline Ulate, welcome to the platform. Always a pleasure seeing you. Sister Jennifer Campbell said, looks is very deceitful. Can't judge the book by its cover. It's not everything glitter is gold. And I agree 100%, because I think that especially some women, they just see the glitter and they think it's gold.
Some men too.
And some men too, yeah.
Okay,
Right.
so
So that's why I go back to the point and I say I just don't think a man just you're gonna marry the man with the 25th of May, you marry the man, and the 1st of June that man beating you. No.
seriously, Jackson.
You married a beater.
Okay, so but that's exactly what I said earlier. You didn't see those signs
Why?
prior to getting married.
Why? You must see the sign. If it's a beater can't hold it down. You listen to certain things. You
Jackson,
know,
you know how many
you know-
people have gotten married, right? You see one side of them while you're dating, and as soon as you get married, it's like, where did this person come from?
No, you see, in a relationship, when you're dating, that's why it's named dating, You do all kind of things. You try to get under the man's skin and see how he may behave. You try to diss him up a little and see how he may behave. You do all type of things.
Yeah,
And
yeah, but he's gonna still show you that good side, right? He's gonna withhold the imposter that he is until
No,
when you
you
get
can't do that.
married.
You're gonna see
Oh,
something.
come
You're gonna
on.
see something. You know what one of my cousins told me, and actually I was telling Mr. Carter that this morning. My cousin told me that she don't play because she would notice her fiance when them have an argument, he would come back and slap her hard, but him laughing and playing. So she don't know if that's a play or if you're serious. So you know what she said? Cut out the playing. Don't play with me when there's no playing. So any hit, when no say it passed the line.
Jackson,
So
you'd
so
you're,
some
you'd
men
be naive to think that you're gonna see everything that you need to see in that person while you're
you're not
dating.
gonna see
You're
everything.
not going
You're
to.
not gonna see everything, but you will see if this man is a beater. A man not just gonna, a
That's
man
not
just don't
true.
turn.
That's not necessarily true. That man will
I-
not show me that he loves to hit until
That's
we
what I
walked
said.
down the aisle and I said
No.
I do, and then
When
he
you-
start beating up on me, and that's when
when
I'm
you
gonna
get
kill him.
when you get don't use that her when you get on the man's skin, you're gonna see a part. You're gonna hold back, but you're gonna see how him behave, and you're gonna say, well, you see, this man ignorant, this man ignorant, right? So I don't believe, and I can't believe. I'm looking to see if some of the men them backing me up, but I don't see where they're backing me up. But no, you can't tell me.
You cannot
You
say
cannot
that.
tell
That's not
me-
that's not an honest statement to make.
You
There are situations that have happened, right, where the wife had no clue that
the man is
the
a beater?
husband was an abuser until after they get married, and vice versa. Right? So now, okay, we have established that he's an abuser,
Mm-hmm.
right?
yeah.
And it has gone on for a period of time, like I said, 2 years, and then I decided enough is enough and I'm leaving. So you're telling me that I should be begging and pleading and doing what?
When you say beg and plea, or you reach there, or you reach a beg and plea.
No, because you're saying, okay, it shouldn't get to the point where divorce is now the option, right?
No.
You
I'm not
should
saying
leave.
no.
If
that's
I
a-
leave, then
no. Listen. And that's important. Listening. I did not say that. I'm saying that the Bible give no reason for divorce for being in an abusive relationship. You can leave, but you cannot divorce.
So
Or if you're
why
divorced,
why am I going to continue having this attachment to me, knowing that this
you're
attachment
not attached. You
was
can
one
leave.
of detriment?
Or you can leave, but the Bible only give you one reason for divorce. So you can leave. I'm not saying that you can't leave. Or I'm
Well,
not saying that
I don't want to have nothing, absolutely nothing to do with this person after I leave. So I'm leaving with the notion that what?
Yeah, but you can go. All right. The Bible says that we can separate for a period of time and then we come back together.
We're not coming back together.
Right, but you don't have to. You
We're
don't
not
have
coming
to.
back
If
together.
you don't have to come back together,
I
but you
want to
cannot
sever
divorce.
all ties completely from an abuser.
All right, but then
All ties.
That means you're gonna do it without God. God won't be a part of that.
Which takes us into the next best. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I'm tongue tied and everything. Rough day, very rough day, and I'm exhausted too. Which takes me to the next very big thing that would cause us to want to leave a relationship.
Okay,
And do you know what that is?
No, before you go to the next, because it's 9:30. Well, maybe keep the reasons for next week. Let's just read some of the comments before. Because next week we'll just pick up with the reasons. Sister Portia says, and tell me, but I don't have to ask you if you agree because I know you're gonna say yes. A man will change for a little, just for you to give the relationship a chance, but then he goes right back being abusive.
Of course.
And I agree.
And that's
Oh
emotional
my God.
torture.
I believe that if you're abusive person, you're always gonna be there. It does not come overnight. So that's what I'm saying. That before you jump, and some women, see it in him, All right, some women see it in him. You know that I have friends, and then tell me say, if the man is a bad man, them not married to them though.
Well, what maybe that's true for some people, whatever. But what I am saying is that
You're gonna see that in him.
you're
If a
not
man a
gonna
liquor,
always see that when you're dating someone. You're not gonna always see that, right? You may see it, but you may not see it until after you get married. Then you see the full picture of who this person really is. This person is gonna paint a perfect picture for you and sweep you off your feet until you get married. And then that's when you see who this person really is.
Okay. Okay. Welcome, Sister Vanessa McKinnon. Welcome, Sister Karen Miller Walters. Sister Christine Smith. Welcome. Sister Alicia Smith. Welcome. Daniel Smith Tyndale. Welcome. Okay. Let's. Sister Phyllis Campbell. And to my mother, I didn't know Mom was on tonight. I may misbehave myself.
And my mother.
I said, our mother. Right? So you have to jump and say no. Not because I hang up on the wing. My mother. Right? Okay. Let's hear what okay, Sister Portia. Okay, I will read what Sister Portia said. And Geraldine Mitchell said, you're not gonna know about this man until you live with him. So that's what you're saying. You don't know
Of
someone
course.
until you live with them.
You see the
Yeah,
full
but you must-
billing receipts.
You must know how to do your homework
Okay,
before you
okay.
jump.
Let's be transparent. Did you know everything about me?
You're not gonna know everything, but if you
Or did
if
you see everything about me when you were dating?
No, but
Did I
if-
see everything about you when you were dating?
But me know say me never see you as a beater. Me know say me never see you as a beater. Well, say, yeah.
Say something, but never mind.
Yeah. Oh, so well, I did a good job then because you're still beater. I'm still not getting no beaten yet. So
Don't.
that means okay. Okay, let's go down to Sister Cordell. Blessings back to you, Sister Christine Smith. Cordell says that Mr. and Mrs. Jackson, I think their house need a break with the both of them. They need to take a drive out and relax for a weekend and then come back together and run things. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
There are
but-
time that we just jump to conclusion and said, you know what, when we leave work 5 o'clock, me I go home and me pack it back 6 o'clock and me gone by 7 o'clock.
And
if we just
I'll
go
be
home,
on the
and
next
if we just-
flight on Southwest to ATL.
and then yes, and I'm expecting, you see, and that's another point that we could talk about, I think that you say that you're gonna be on the flight down to Mom. I think when you reach down there, she should send you back.
My mother's not going to send me back.
It depends on what. It depends on what.
Don't entertain that thought.
You just gonna think. Okay, so you just gonna think that you have an argument, and you
We're
pack
not
your
ta- no,
suitcase, you
We're
pack
not
everything.
talking about
When
an
I'm talking-
argument. We're talking about a constant pattern of issues over a period of time that you refuse to even try to change. We're not talking about an argument, a simple argument. Come on, that would be very trivial of me to just say, okay, we had an argument today and I'm going to pack my bags and leave. No. If there has been a pattern of a particular behavior that you have spoken about repeatedly, you have sought help for repeatedly, and that spouse refuses to change that behavior. Why am I going to subject myself to constantly be in that situation where I'm going to be miserable day in and day out?
I'm not sure what mom is saying, what mom's saying, but that's early. So not now. She said that's what you think. I don't know what part of the conversation. But then why I was laughing is because Sister Phyllis said that you can beat that man because man love to sleep.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Well, let's welcome Sister Elise Ennis Russell. Good to have you with us tonight on the platform. I think Sister Russell, she will have a lot to contribute. I wonder if we could get her on next week when we talk about some of the reasons why you want to leave your partner. I know she's good in that area. She will counsel and so forth. I might try and get her on for next week. Mom says some are wolf in sheep clothing. They hide their behavior very well, especially even they have what's that ulterior motive.
Of course.
Um,
They're going to show you
she
the
said,
perfect side.
when they have ulterior motive.
Of course.
But I don't think they are going to hide that they're a beater. You can't hide that.
Jackson.
So you get under your skin, that man gonna come out of character. You can watch him, you watch I think that you're more beater than me. You watch even when you're on the road with road rage and how people behave and so forth. That will tell you
yeah,
a
if
little
people
more
are
about
driving stupid, of course it's gonna.
yeah. You want to pie, whatever. Oh Lord, I forget about Facebook. I gotta behave.
Yeah,
Okay.
censor some stuff.
Okay. Sister Portia saying that's what she wanted to say. Some men hide them behavior, wolf in sheep clothing, and Sister Alicia Simit say she agree with Mr. Jackson. No, I'm just lying. She said
I know she didn't say that. I know she didn't say that.
she agree with Mrs. Jackson. I don't agree though. Okay. The same way Nana said, the same way they hide that they have kids on the outside, and you don't find out until later
And
in the
that's
marriage.
another piece coming up next week. Did I say that this topic is extensive?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Right. But that could be also something on the partner's part too. Why I say that is because
What? Come again?
because there are times that we don't ask these questions. I don't think that if you say to me that I don't have no other kids out there,
Look how many men have sworn because they
and
want
sometimes
this
they don't
woman.
know. Sometimes they don't know.
Wait. They want this woman by any means necessary, and they will feed her all the niceties under the sun. When they have 10 kids out there, right? And I don't have a child out there. The minute you get married, you're getting the phone call. Oh, can I speak to my father? Da 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 da. Who are you? Oh, so I'm so and so and so. But you told me that you didn't have no kids out there when you have 10.
Well, I don't think that would be a good man because I'm not gonna.
You think?
I'm not gonna disown my kids.
No.
You see,
It's not a
I,
matter of disowning the kids. What I'm trying to say is the deception. You weren't forthcoming from the get-go. Because of the fact that you wanted this woman, you told her, "Oh, I don't have any outside kids," until after you get married. Then all these kids are coming out of the woodwork.
Well, I don't agree. Maybe you didn't ask, but I don't agree. I don't agree that if you ask me, remember when we met, you asked me how much kids I have, and I said I have 14. I didn't lie. Right?
Mommy,
And,
come get me tonight.
all
You
of
hear?
them,
Because
all of them come out one.
don't
They
push-
didn't. They didn't come out. They didn't come out like, oh, I didn't know about this one.
he doesn't have 14 kids.
He didn't know about this one. It's strange. I was talking to somebody. Oh, my cousin. I think it was yesterday, and she was telling me, oh, she thought I have 5 kids. I said no. She said, oh, I thought you have 5 kids. I said, why 5? Where did the other one come from?
Yeah, where did the other one come from?
That one gonna come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, I want to know, where did that one come from?
That one gonna come out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
Okay. Good night, Dr. Kiso Parrott. Good to have you on with us. She said, good night to the Jackson and all the listeners. Sister Alicia said, you do have.
Freddie say you have 14. Freddie, mind you, you're in my good book. You don't want to be on my bad side. You really don't.
But Freddie's my friend, so he know me. He's confirming that I have 14
Yeah.
kids.
Freddie don't want to be in my bad book.
Right? It's confirming that I have 14 kids.
Well,
I
I
don't
guess
see
I'll
this.
be going to the
I don't
courts
see
tomorrow.
I don't see this one on mine. You want to read what Sister Christine said?
Okay, she said, well, I stay in my own long Scroll
Sorry.
back.
Okay.
Well, I stay in my own long until Jackson.
It's not me doing that. Go ahead now. You have to read it fast. All right, let me go.
Until I couldn't bear it no more. But I cry and call to God for help. And yes, He did deliver me. Yes, I agree with Mrs. Jackson. Cause some of them come in to you like an angel, but it really a fact. But really, a fact is not everything glitters gold. Some of these men are fake. Likewise, some of us women.
Amen.
Yeah, and I agree. Yeah. They sell you the moon and the stars, but in actuality, you're getting, dirt. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think Sister Alicia was saying you do have men who will hide how they truly
Their
how
true
the-
self
their
until
true
after
self
marriage. Yes.
until after marriage, and it goes both ways, which that is so true. Yes, see me and come live with me. It's 2 different things.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. Let's go back to Sister Christine for a minute. She said, "Well, I stay in my home for a long time until I couldn't bear it no more. But I cried unto God." You see, but what she did, she didn't leave God out of her picture. Like you,
No.
you just gonna take,
No.
you just gonna take it and said, "Yeah, listen, I gone. I cried to myself and gone." But Sister Smith have a relationship with God, and she go down on her knees and said, "Lord, help
I
me."
had the same relationship
Help
with
me,
God.
please.
I had the same and He instructed me to leave this abusive marriage. Okay, and everybody's situation is different. I may leave after a month. Another person may leave after a year or 10 years for that matter. Right? Whatever the reasons are for that person to stay as long as they stayed. Right? It's not up to anyone on the outside to say, well, why did you stay so long? Everybody have their own reasons as to why. The fact of the matter is that eventually you left, right? A lot of women did not get the opportunity to leave. They died, right?
I'm not saying that a woman. I'm not saying that. And I hope the audience not hearing that. I'm not saying that you should encourage an unhealthy relationship. And I'm not saying that.
At any point.
I'm saying that I think we walk away too fast.
So if you're beating on me for 2 years,
Why would you?
I should stay another year?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it shouldn't be one beating. But the first beating we have to, if you want me to stay, we have to get some help because it won't be 2. And I'm not saying that. right? I'm saying it shouldn't be one beating.
It
It
shouldn't
should
be
be
any at
none at
all.
all. Because some of us want to beat woman and man and can't even lick your pitney, you know. You can't even lift up belt to your pitney. Where you go with that? How you feel like? Okay. Welcome, Sister Marcia Wisdom. Um, Nana said, you ask the man them and them lie over and over and over.
And
Say no,
over and over.
say no, me only have one pitney. Sister Alicia, say talk truth, Mrs. Jackson. Same so it go. Mr. Upliftment, Freddie from Upliftment Blackton Construction say him dead with laugh. Look, no me. Look, I know me say him have 14 pitney and Mr. Jackson says so.
But you repeated it.
So he said don't come for me.
You repeated it. So obviously you know something that I don't. Freddie, like I said, don't be in my bad book.
Right. And I agree with Nana. So I think we're not gonna encourage my daughter, nobody to stay in an abusive relationship. Right? Because guess what? The only thing you're gonna stay there until maybe you hear say a man lick the woman I head or the woman lick the man I head and you know he head not good again and it's just because daddy did say to stay. I will not encourage someone to stay in an abusive relationship, but I'm not saying that jump the first thing, just jump.
No, no, no,
You
no, no, no,
exhaust
no.
and
No,
you
the first
exhaust
time
and
you,
you
the
exhaust.
first time you felt yourself and raise your hands to me, you better sleep with one eye open after that.
You have Nana said that you have to leave this relationship before the man or the woman, not just the man, Nana. Okay, some woman wicked too, you know, someone a beater, kill you. Sometime, Sister Portia says, sometime you stay in that relationship because you don't have anywhere to go.
Well, let me
Sister
just-
Portia, if liquor take me so bad, me go sleep on that tree.
I'm,
You see
listen,
that tree behind us?
and that's why this country, it has its good and its bad, but you have so many resources for women that are in relationships that are abusive. You have tons of shelters that a woman could go to, whether you have a child or not.
Sister Christine says that I get so much bun until I don't buy the real bun without cheese.
Well, you know what, Sister Christine, I give you the utmost respect, and I applaud you for having the courage to walk away with your sanity.
Amen. And Mr. Upliftment says that I love that background. It is so nice. Thank you, Mr. Upliftment Blacks and Construction from Upliftment Blacks and Construction. Thank you very much. Okay, so I think this is where we're gonna leave you for tonight. And next week now, we already set the groundwork, all of the groundwork about before you leave. These are the things that you should consider. Now you get now we consider the things before we leave.
No, we didn't even touch on.
That's what I'm
we
saying.
just spoke about one thing there,
That's
the main one next week, and you all could do your homework on this. The main one next week is cheating.
Right. Okay. Well, it won't be a main one. Main one for you. I have a lot of main ones.
I have a lot of main one, but
Right.
that's on the forefront.
And then I have that one was my number 2 too.
That was my number one.
Oh, that was my number 2. So let me give you with some things that we'll talk about. That's something that will cost a woman to leave if a man don't stand up for his family. Cheating, when you put family and friends over your relationship. Disrespectful.
Lack
And
of communication.
constant basis, always lying, not acting like a married man or woman, lack of trust, nasty all around. You just keep a place nasty. You keep yourself nasty. Beard. Clean up your room. But as me beard, you want come rub up on me and bounce up on me.
Shut
No,
up.
go beard your dirty self, but I start come off of me. And they froze, you say. Frozy arm, I don't want to frozy arm. What did Sister Alicia say? Let's get out of here before
She
they put us
said,
out.
yes, having a relationship with God is the best thing, but at the same time, God does not like ugly. And I know God would not want anyone to stay in a relationship that is abusive. God called fools, but he does not keep them.
What God do with the fool? What God do with the fool them? And if you call them and you don't keep them, when do the fool them?
Mommy says mommy not saying you were a fool, but everyone is different.
Right.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's situation is unique, it's different. I may leave after the first month. Someone may leave after a year. Someone may leave after 10 years. That doesn't mean that, you are less of a person then, For whatever reason you stayed that long, you stayed. The key thing is that you left, right? And you left knowing that you can now be a better person. You don't have to endure what was inflicted on you prior. You could now move on and live a much more productive life and move on to someone that will treat you with respect, honor you, and treat you like the queen that you are.
And I say amen.
You better.
No, I'm not better because I'm saying that sometimes we think about move on. It's just because I want to close. Because you said a mouthful, but sometimes we said move on and to find someone who will treat us like a queen and whatever. And then I go back and ask the question again. So what happened to the person that you thought was going to treat you like a queen
Yes, thoughts.
that you married?
Keyword thoughts. I
So-
thought because that person fed me a story, right? A beautiful storyline. I am going to treat you like a queen. I am going to do this. I'm going to do
And
that,
the
and blah, blah,
Bible-
blah. And then he didn't live up to
And
what
the-
he promised me.
And the Bible said, prove all things. So just because somebody said, "Oh, I'm gonna treat you like a queen," they said, "Okay, let's go down the wedding street."
Yeah,
we
because
have
you,
to
you
prove.
sold me.
No,
You sold me.
not for words. Words you can buy
Oh,
you with
come
words.
on. Everybody that got married, didn't that person tell them something nice
Yes, yeah.
or whatever, or
So-
told them, okay, you're the
need
most
back it in.
beautiful woman, or you're the most handsome man, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you, blah, 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 blah. And then you plan the wedding and you get married, and then after
Nonsense.
you get,
Nonsense.
you fed it to me, so I don't know what you're
Nonsense.
talking about.
Nonsense. So anybody could just come give you a sweet talk and then you
I'm not saying anybody. I'm saying you found a person that you saw, the qualities about that person
Oh.
made you want to get married to
so
this
not
person.
not just the words then.
Come on, I don't mean just the words.
You get me. You always thinking that you say no, you go to the road and a man give you some sweet talk and you say, when is the wedding? Take me to the altar as I wanna get married.
Don't sing, please.
Listen, I have Daniel can sing. I don't understand where Daniel gone. Cause when we start to sing, Daniel's supposed to just back me up.
No, she will not back you up. But yes, again, I'm saying that you found that person, or you thought you found that person that, have all the qualities that you were looking for. But obviously that wasn't the case. After you got married, that person changed like a chameleon,
Greenly said.
and everything.
But you do think that people change. I don't think that you people change. I think that we really don't do our assignment, because that's the person. I don't think people change. I don't think people change. I
They
think we just-
they start showing their true colors
but they-
after you get married.
and I do believe
They
that.
suppressed it before you got married, and then after you got married, then it exploded. It came full out. This is me.
Oh, okay. Amen. And I said amen and amen. Sister Christine said, some of them are liars. They only sweet you up to get under your clothes. Thank God he helped me to be wise. And I'm hoping that some young sisters take the telling from you, Sister Christine Smith, to be wise. Just don't go around like what I'm hearing. I listen to sweet words.
Yeah, and some of
And-
you men need to stop lying to people's decent women,
Right.
daughters.
But some of these lies, the sister them can prove them. But then again, too, you must be fair and tell some of the sisters they are gullible.
But no, you're supposed to be honest from the get go. Don't talk about
Right.
the sisters are to be
Right.
gullible.
Yes,
you're
because
supposed to be honest from
how
the
much-
get go.
You know how much sisters come to me and start telling me all this nonsense a man tell them. I say, you're a fool. You don't listen to those things. You prove all things and then you hold fast to that which is good. Don't make the man sweet talk you to the altar. Sweet talk alone not going to take you to the altar. Amen.
Let's go comment, but
No, man, you could have comment, man. You're out there. You're out there already.
As the saying goes, silence is golden.
No, you're out there already. So you should be sweet talking to the altar.
I never said that. I just said I'm
You
not going to
didn't-
say what I was
You
going to
didn't
say.
You didn't say it.
Silence is golden.
You didn't say it. You just want to say it.
No, I wasn't even going to refer to myself.
Okay.
What I was going to say.
Okay. Any closing remarks before we take our flight?
As we're going to continue part 2 next week, the takeaway from tonight is we have to be honest in our conversations when we are in the dating process. It's better to hurt me with the truth than hurt me with a lie, right? Tell me from Jump Street that, okay, this is what it is. Let me now make that decision to enter into that marriage or into that relationship for that matter, right? But the minute you start telling me, the sky is red and that's it, and then I find out later on the sky is blue, then that changes the whole scenario, right? So, for both male and female, just be respectful enough to be honest with that person. Don't waste my time because there is somebody else out there that's going to be truthful to me from Jump Street, right? So if you're not going to do it, then leave me be, right? Let somebody else chase me and do everything that they need to do in order for I want to have.
Okay, that was a touch of a wrong button.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm not lying. Okay, well, I hear you, and I agree with a part of what you say. But just be truthful. If you have 2 kids, it's 2 kids you have. If you leave in the relationship, be open with your partner. Just don't grab the 2 pitney them and run with them. Make sure you split them up good. Thanks for
split what?
one stay home,
No,
one
no, no,
this
no, no,
week,
no, no, no,
one
no.
stay with you this week, one stay next week,
No,
one stay the
no,
other week.
no. My
All right.
children are coming with me.
All right, we'll continue
No,
this.
I
we'll
carried
continue-
them for 9 months.
We continue next week. We continued it next week. You didn't have the seed though to put them there.
I
So,
carried them for 9 months.
So we will.
I carried them, transformed my body.
We will continue this next week on the same speed. So until then, that's where we take our flight. My name remains Fitzroy Jackson.
And I'm Susan Jackson.
And we are Chat with the Jacksons. We said, peace out. We love you. And God love you too. So we want you to just gonna play maybe
And enjoy the rest of your week.
right, 2 3 songs and we're out of here. God bless.
Yeah, yeah. You are meant to soar. Meant to soar. You listen me. Stuck at them crossroads, so try figure out which way to go. Yeah, yeah. Destiny a call, but you and your thoughts still a wrestle. You know where you are come from and just where you need to go. Yeah, yeah. But fear I try tell ya, for such heights you're not eligible, but you are meant to soar. You're meant to soar. You're meant to soar. You're meant to soar. Your past is not who you are, so no lose sight of where you are now. You are meant to soar. You're meant to soar. You're meant to soar. You're meant to soar. Today the choice is yours, so let go and let God lead you. Hear me now. Along with the party and play for you. Your own ways and thoughts don't cling to. Stop breathe where you will walk away from and focus on the goal and task at hand. Your past can never be greater than your present nor your future. Tomorrow will only be better if today you choose to soar. If you choose to soar. Your past is not who you are, so no lose sight of where you are now. You are meant to soar. Meant to soar. Today the choice is yours, so let go and let God lead you. Sing it now. Na 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 na. You are meant to soar. Yeah, yeah. You are meant to soar. Sing again. Na 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 na. You are meant to soar. Yeah. You are meant to soar. Yeah. So stop free where you are walk away from. And focus on the goal and task at hand. Your past can never be greater than the present nor your future. Tomorrow will only be better if today you choose to soar. If you choose to soar. Your past is not who you are, so no lose sight of where you are now. You are meant to soar. You are meant to soar. Today the choice is yours. It is yours. It is yours. So sing it now. Sing it now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You are meant to soar. You are meant to soar. Sing it now. Yeah, yeah. You are meant to soar. You are meant to. You are meant to. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You are meant to. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You are meant to soar. You are meant to soar.
Is this the life you've planned for me? Is this the way you want me to be? Baba, you have shown me who I will be. But is this the path? Is this the path home? You've shown
my only one, my only one. Bless the Lord, hear my cry. Bless the Lord, hear my mighty cry. Bless the Lord, hear my cry. Hear my cry, hear my cry. Bless the Lord, hear my cry, hear my cry. Bless the Lord, hear my cry, hear my cry. Bless the Lord.